back to the quest for treasure. We're at a very easy location to find. This is the Dry Creek Road cutoff, and you can see that it's not maintained by any county or anything, so there's just a sign that says that water crossing is not advisable by two-wheel drive. So you can get to it from that end, or you can get to it from this end and park right there, or drive through it. So it's easy access. You know, it's one of this is Middletown, California, so it's Dry Creek in Middletown, California. This is the creek, and if you look at the stones here, it's rainbowy. So we're gonna do some rock hounding, and I've found everything in this creek up above. I haven't hunted it this far down. It's right in town here. Brought a bucket. And you can see this is the actual roadway and always has been. This is called a wash when you just drive down through and don't have a bridge. And so that's where we are. Let's see what we can find. The light is getting low on us already, but I wanted to get back on the rocks. See this long-legged little creature here? Called a killdeer, and if it's a mama, she'll lead you away, letting you get right up to her and lead you farther and farther off. They're a killdeer. That's their name. That one looks flat and shale-like, but it's got red to it. Kind of red metallic, almost looked like copper there for a second. Okay, so we definitely have bandings of quartz and opally agate looking stuff. So this stuff is really pretty, but it's not jade. It looks like whatever the green stone is, you can see it. Sorry, you see it fractured apart at some point. What I was trying to say, as you can see, this is a piece of a larger stone, of course. So once it was that big and it was in the side of a mountain, inside the strata of the earth, and it broke apart and it fractured, and then that's usually when quartz comes in and other minerals through leachings of water and fill in the spaces. So you can see that here, where there's literally green chunks of stone trapped in between all the quartz. Oh my God, look right past us. Look at this. Look at that. You see that? Of course you do. Wow, that's gotta be the clearest looking jade that I have seen. Look at that. That is a layer of rine, you know, like the outer stone. And it's somehow eroded away there so that you can see the under stuff. There's the outside. There's a cross section. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. See the bandings of yellow? This area in between is milky to see-through. See, can we get some light on there? Oh wow, really awesome. That's a keeper. That's going home. Look at that. Ah, pure chunk too, just a slab. Boom. Here's it out of the direct sun, in case that makes the color pop a different way on whatever type of screen you're watching. You can see literally light coming down into it from the top here. Okay, let's look for more cool. This one, okay, kind of a milky gray green. Yeah, we're gonna leave it here though, on top of a rock, and keep moving. I'm doing a bucket, so I'm carrying only my keepers with me as we go. A lot of this though, it's like a smooth, shiny, silvery shale. Oh, what are you just beyond it? Nice. It's like a rosy quartz mix. Look at that. We'll take it. Looks like a peachy carnelian. Hey, little, are you a honeybee? Wants to land on us. There's goats off in the distance, baying or whatever you want to call it, neighing away. Look at that. This is a layer of the more pure silicate, stuff out of the serpentine. And it just has a nice gloss to it. When they get thick deposits of that, they do make buttons that are like a see-through. Not the hole, but the actual stone is translucent. Go too fast, but share the view because everybody has their different tastes. I'm sure half of you would pick up different rocks than I would. That's always how it goes, but good time of the day at this spot. Nice and wide open. Lots of hunting. The old fence lines in California, they weren't greedy. I don't think it had anything to do with laws. It was just common sense. So the ranchers always held their fences out up out of the dynamic erosive areas of the river, the flood areas. So already our bane is showing up. She got this green moss, but then as it dries out, it leaves this white cake on stuff, and every stone ends up looking alike. You see that? And they'll sit there like that until they get wet next year. So that can be a real bummer because it turns rainbowy looking gravels into that. But we'll work with it. But yeah, it's already there. There's a conglomerate. You see it's pieces of larger stones squished through time and pressure into another stone, and then that broken and reduced back into a pebble. Round and round in the cycle. There's a lot of that. Anytime you see larger stones trapped in, or smaller stones trapped in a larger stone, that's what it is. It's like cement. So at some point in the past, the earth has tumbled it all together and crushed it down and made a rock out of it. From many other rocks that were first broken down and then crushed. This little pool has a couple of things in it. I don't know if you'll pick it up, but this stone is sparkling. Some other, oh, look at that. So, some sort of, it's heavy. Looks like one of the serpentine mixes, but maybe not. Definitely, oh, look at the zigzag pattern. Let me clean that off and let me see if I can reveal that better for you. Okay, I'm going to try and get this in the right light. But do you see the zigzags that are going on in this grain? They literally go up and down and up and down. And they have the metallic looking grain to them. And I don't know if you can tell, but it actually, that pattern of grain actually goes through this entire rock. Can you see them, the wigglies? And they transfer over to where the face of it is actually wiggly and covered in that same metallic. Cool. Keeping that one. And next to it, another, oh, somebody's got their little house built on that. This is a little creature that uses his glue to glue together little rocks and lives in there like a home. Same stuff though, has the metallic, and it's heavier. You can see it's got quartz mixed in with it too. So kind of bluish, metallic. Oh, well, he fell off all on his own. Not a problem. Here's more of that cool green stone. It's rough, fractured. I'm not taking it down. Let's see. Ooh, you we might take. This is a type of serpentine, but It's bordering on soapstone, although it's gone harder. So, but it's got all the colors, and this is stabilized, so it's not all breaking up like serpentine does. Sometimes it can be real crumbly, and to get soapstone out of serpentine, it has to kind of have that moisture, the mud to it still. But this has gone hard. This has been baked and compressed by the earth. Same sort of material, so it's getting the same colors, but we could actually smash it up and round it off and get those patterns. It's got a real snowflakey to it. See it? And crystallized. So this got more of the sugar water instead of the powder water. If that makes any sense to you. So you can think of the earth, big molten batches of different minerals, and then it bakes them out. Ooh, look at that. I see a little layer. I see a couple of things. Don't let me forget about that. Exciting. Look right there. You see that? It's real. It's gone, you know, rusty. But it is a layer of common opal. See the blue hue? Looks like a star nebula lost inside there. Sorry, my voice is just destroyed right now, but working with it. Let's get some light behind that. Just hold it up like that. Feeling kind of tired. It was a couple 100-degree days here, and tomorrow is my birthday. I'm gonna be 41. 100 years old. Okay, back to this one. Didn't forget. This looks like sandstone mixed with quartz in real fine layers, and just really awesome. Got people crossing the creek, so it's still drivable. But yeah, cool, cool, cool. Look at that. The layers go all the way through. Another chunk of that. Might take a few of those home. This one has different patterning to it. Doesn't have the black snowflakes in it. It's got a few of them. I like those though. They're the cores. Huge mountain-sized, car-sized boulders of serpentine all crumbly breaking down, and then these hard little center chunks left. Good stuff. That's what rivers are for. They classify it down, do half the polishing, half of the breaking down, and what have you. Kind of in the shadow right here, but that's okay. The water's like your little lens. Really 100 degrees here today, and nothing like getting down into a shady trough. It's the first time the sun's been off my skin in a lot of hours, unless I was in a vehicle. And I don't have air conditioning in the truck, so I just bomb along with the window down and get hot. Where'd that go? Oh, green stones. Look at that. Now that has crystal pocket in the center. The green is moss, the little light green. But the red is part of it, and the white is part of it. And it's embedded all the way through. You see it's more fractured stone that got squished together and glued together by other minerals. The other minerals being all the things you can see that filled in the cracks. But yeah, it's got almost pink crystal sticking out of it. It's almost amethysty. Right on. That'd be a good one just to, I don't have a rock tumbler right now, but what I do is I'll grind this down and then buff it down so that face that you're looking at you can turn into glass. Just a cool snowy blue quartz. Probably like a smoky quartz is what you could call that. another cool little pool where I just want to stop and look at everything in it. So we got, I don't even know what that is, and the light's going to be deceptive on you because as it dips in the horizon we're going to get, you know, orange and red spectrum heavier. This has a little orange and yellow staining, but it also has kind of a green. You see there's distinct layers to it. See the fine fracture lines there and there, but look real close. That's got some cool grain. Both milky and then clear in between, so the more that you polished or buffed that, the more that would show up. It's almost like a giraffe leopard pattern. That's cool. We'll take that. It's like a half of a little millet, little ball of stuff. So, but look, the heavies, or the things of that weight, are falling out right here, and you can tell because there's just, what are you? What are you? What did I see? I saw that. Some really cool looking jasper. Let's wash it off. You look around when my hands do the work. Oh, that out there. Maybe that one, huh? So this one, see what I mean about the light right now? Look, everything is really red. Try and stand up and get it more direct on. Purples, yellows, golds, pinks, jasper. Just a different mix. What a beautiful one. God, that looks like gold, huh? It's just the light. It's actually kind of an orange and a yellow flat, but between the thin layer of water and the light going on it. Gold nugget found. Should I clickbait you? Look at that. Look at all that gold. No, it's just it's the most true gold colored jasper veins that I've seen. Here's a little plankard. It's that same metallic. You can see it's got a long straight grain to it. It's kind of cool. Kind of just chalky, in case you couldn't make out the texture on that. Ooh, let me get this little fine gravels we can go through. Oh, super teeny little chunks. I could rock hound every day, all day. I did. I filled my yard. If you think I'm joking, you look in any of the dirt journal shots of my yard, and the walls that I built in the world, look, chunk of old cement. Those are almost cool too because they make them out of the native native gravels. Used to be allowed to just grab them right out of the river. Not supposed to anymore. So the old concretes tend to be prettier because they were just shoveling out of there. Pretty cool. But I have literally clad cement walls in my yard, retaining walls with hundreds of little chunks of jade. I've built massive walls out of the stuff I've collected. Every walkway has large gray stones and native stones lining it. I mean, 100 walkways that I made in my yard. Look at that. Just to finish that thought, and then on top of them stacked 1,000 little you know, little prettier stones that I brought home bucket after bucket, because when I was raising my 3 girls and hanging out in these spots, that's what I would do while they were swimming. I'd be filling a bucket, not doing my YouTube channel, just collecting them obsessively. But isn't that cool? Kind of a plain rock, although you can see those are probably little garnets stuck in there, maybe even little rubies. It happens. Whatever that is, running through it, a true vein of some other mineral. Right in front of us, underfoot, probably the score of the day. That'll fill the bucket quick. Jeez, okay. Look, see what's beyond the Rhine? That be some beautiful jade. Try and keep it in focus here. Sorry about the bouncing. Look, that's a pretty crystalline chunk there. You can see through to the middle. Now, I was asked in comments over what I do to reduce if I was going to tumble or anything. Smash it. Look at that. So this either goes chunk into a wall in my yard, I'm not joking, along a walkway, prop up a plant, or smash it into tinier pieces, which is always fun. Always wear safety eyeglasses. Never do it without your eyeglasses, okay? 2 eyeballs, billions of rocks. How are you going to enjoy any other details in the world? Protect your eyeballs, please. And then back to smashing. You just beat the crud out of it till it's in little tiny pieces. The bigger the hammer, the better. So if you have a sledgehammer, start with that. Save your wrist. And bust it up, and then look at the pieces you have. Even the high-tech ancient rock workers used to just do it that way. Just random bust it up and see what you get. So that's what I would do to that. I'd mash it all up, and then I would look through and see what I got. As you develop, as you see the little layers of it where it's good, you can get more careful and try and knock it down to that. But whatever you prefer, that was my answer. That is pretty non-stable, pretty chalky, but pretty cool looking. So we're gonna have to save that. The truck's still just right over there. I'm just wandering. We parked by the tree where the little crossing is, and I'm just wandering around this little dish. We're running out of light, but you can see once again, anywhere where there is a river this big, you can know that it probably moved all the way to the base of those hills, all the way to the base of those hills and meanderings when it was free to before people. Literally, a channel becomes clogged and it jumps over a bank and carves a new one and wanders off across the valley, erodes in a mountain and works its way over there. And now we tend to force them into channels and then till fields and riffraff banks and stuff. But that's always the proof. Over millions of years, as the pieces of these mountains were getting broken up by water and wind and frost and snow and glaciers and everything that has happened here, from where they were taller and then ground down, all that's been washed out, rounded by beating over each other, and then deposited as this river went back and forth over the eons and the flatness. That's what actually causes the flat of a valley. Otherwise they would be just kind of like the Alps, really sharp and deep. And there's your proof. So that's why you can take 20 pounds of rocks every day, everybody forever. And then move them 50 miles over there and they're still rocks. Layers of opal in there. That one's pretty cool too. It's about 90% host rock though, and just little thin threads of the opal. Probably gonna leave that right there. Kind of keep track in my head. I'm like, okay, got a boulder, got the bucket, got fading light. But we are not skunked. I haven't stopped right here in this creek. You know, up above. I've been on it. God. Okay, let me grab the bucket. And found some pretty cool stuff. But you never know as it mixes in with the gray rock. you can end up in some pretty bland areas. This is not bland. Let's move back to here. Start with that. Pretty cool little fractured one, but not that impressive. What was I looking at? I like that. That's more of that. It's, you know, probably in the serpentine family, maybe edging into, maybe it's kind of a chalky chert, a greenish chert. But I'm liking it. What else did I see? Oh, this. Okay, this might be the find of the day for pretty little opals. Try and get this to calm down. The light's getting more true on you, so this is what they do look like. You can see the difference again, the translucence of everything. You can start to tell what's an opal and what's quartz just by that blue. See the blue? Nice. Ooh. Whoa. Look at what's going on in here. There's a mix of stuff, huh? It's like yellow jasper sitting on top of some sort of cinnamon pink, on top of like a rosy quartz, on top of like a gray quartz mix. Pretty cool. This might just be the perfect light right now for certain things because everything's got an afterglow. An afterglow is always the best glow. In that smooth blue stones. Gotta love the blue stones. Our hinge pieces. So there's a lot of blue in this shot. Not a lot of blue. A lot of quartz in this shot. I blew the punchline. You blew it? You see it? Let me know when it lights up on your screen. I can hear you. Just say it. It's got that color to it. A little thin layer. There's all this little telltale bandings. Nature's blue glass. Nice. Smoky quartz. Look at the bands in there of fiery other stuff. See that? Looks like lightning. Looks just like lightning. Then let us out here into the middle of the water where we found this. That's some crystally looking stuff. Awesome. It's like the sugar out of a crystal patch. Good, 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 good. Thank you, river. Thank you, Dry Creek. See, it's that time of year too. Take your shoes off. Watch out for glass. Wear your cruddy shoes to be safe for glass and wander up these puppies. And just look. Oh, is that turquoise? That looks like an actual little bit of turquoise. Do you see that? It does occur around here. It's definitely got some green, manganese, copper looking stuff going on with it, but see the little roundness to its grain? That, I believe, is turquoise. Let me know if that's arguable, but that color that you're seeing is true. It's actually the color, the right hardness, and the right bubbles. See all the black and the white and the blue that would come out of that? And I've seen native jewelry from around here that uses it. So wow, that might be the find of the day. I do like blue. I was saying that. Beautiful. That's not green, that's blue. Bubbly blue. I'm gonna stop here. Kind of widens out, turns into a little pool. The sun has gone down, which is a good thing. See the little water skeeters? So their feet actually sit on the surface tension of the water. And they float around like little ice skaters in spots where there isn't current. And here's the last one that I don't think you saw me pick up on film. But I was just really enjoying the green in there. And let me turn out of the wind. Still get the light on there. So ran out of daylight and battery. Had to move to a different location to do this wrap up. But God, look at the light. You see that coming in there? It's glowing from that window. See it? Clear, dark, clear. That's how translucent those layers are. That's going to be beautiful to polish up or slab out something. Selective because I just had a little short hunt. There's another piece of that is just almost see-through. Sorry, focus. Now the wind is coming up, so I'd say that's the end of our little rock expedition. Many more to come. Thank you for joining me. Remember, you can like, share, subscribe. It all helps the channel grow. And it is definitely rock season, so we will be out and about.